Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. We're also broadcasting live streaming on my YouTube channel, the locker room Billy Schwein. Check us out there. Good morning, Mike Carlin.
Tough night.
At least it's sunny in Ocean City, Atlantic City, South Jersey, right?
It's actually a beautiful day outside.
Beautiful day outside.
Despite the fact that the Sixers and Phillies both lost last night.
All right, Josh, you beat me to it. He actually, Josh, I thought, so last night.
He jumped right in.
Yeah, he jumped right in. Good morning, Josh. But first let me get the introduction out of the way.
What's going on?
He beat me to it. Like so yesterday he claimed that he's not a morning person.
I am not a morning person.
And he said that if the Sixers lose and they don't shoot well from the three, Billy's going to come in here. He's going to be all fired up. And then he beats me to the punch. Like he's wide awake. Because you know why? We're pissed off, and we have reason to be.
I'm faking it till I make it. Okay.
All right.
No, we definitely have reason to be.
We have reason to be pissed off.
And hold on, Josh. You know what I came to this morning when I pulled into the parking lot here? I got here about 2 minutes early. I can hear someone screaming as the car pulls up.
Our windows are up.
My windows are up, and I look over, and I'm like, "Who in hell is this nutcase?" It's Billy, and he's talking to himself, screaming, "Did you watch last night?" I'm like, calm down. Let's just get into the studio and we'll talk this all out. But so that's how my morning started.
It's a double whammy last night. It was a beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. The Phillies were playing the Red Sox. The Sixers were playing the Celtics.
Excitement.
And the excitement was in the air. Oh, for two. Just like that. I mean, I was getting text messages from people that were, at Lavari's, at yesterday's, at Roberts. I mean, everybody in this whole area, wherever they were, whatever establishment they were at, they're watching the game. And it's like the Sixers came out and they stood around and watched Joel Embiid.
Right. And
if Tobias Harris wants to just score 7 or 9 points or whatever he scored, why don't you just buy a ticket to the game and watch? Yeah. Because that's all you did last night.
Or play someone off the bench who may be more exciting to be there.
You are a coach. You coached at Plymouth White Marsh. You're my basketball guy. All right. Please tell me why. If a player is not playing up to the expectations? I know it's different in the pros because they're making big money. I get that. I get it. But you're trying to win a playoff game.
And
doesn't the coach pull out every stop to win that game?
Yeah, exactly. He does.
So
but you have to remember, like if he pulls, like let's say at halftime, he pulls Harris to the side and say, "Hey, it's not your night tonight.
Right.
I'm going with so and so."
Right.
You not only did you lose him for the rest of that half, you probably left him for the series.
Right.
He's gone. They can't do that in the NBA.
Right before we got on the air, you looked at the scoring. The Celtics have a balanced scoring sheet.
Ooh,
what are the scores? Give us
six straight guys. So you got Tatum 27, Hartford 17, Smart 15, White 13, Brown 23, Bridgeton off the bench 15. I mean, it was boom, 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 boom.
Everybody's participating.
Yeah, balls going around.
Here's the difference. The Sixers and the Celtics. The difference with every loose ball the Celtics won. Every dive,
yeah.
They look like they were getting physically beaten to everything too. I mean, Melton. I'm so pissed right now.
Yeah.
Josh is telling me to calm down. I'm really upset.
You gotta pace yourself because nobody knows what you're saying.
I know. I am so upset right now. I can't even talk.
Let's start.
Hold on, Josh.
Let's start piece by piece. So what was the first thing that upset you?
Josh, hold on. I'm so upset right now. I can't even think.
All right. So you
saw me when I pulled up today, right, Carlin?
Yeah, you weren't yourself. You were definitely not yourself.
So, Josh, let's start one. First of all, they didn't look like they were ready
for opening night.
This is
opening night of the second round.
I get that Joel Embiid got his award, and by the way,
they should have took him to another level for that.
Exactly.
Okay, not the opposite.
Now the intern Andrew Leeds is in here. You were at the game last night. Listen, you were at the game last night. Was it loud in the beginning? Was it really loud? Okay. I think the celebration should have got everybody into it, and it didn't. When his son got up into his arms and he started showing emotion, that tugged at my heartstrings, and like everybody else probably did. I thought that would really energize the team, and they came out. They scored the first. I think the only time they led was when the first two points, and that was it.
It was a hard night. I mean, for again, MVP, the awards, the people in the crowd, and then to come out to play they did. I mean, you think about it. We went over to the bounce scoring for Boston.
Right.
You take away Embiid, the other 4 starters, they combined for 45 points.
45 points. It seems like
you're not going to beat Boston. You'll beat Charlotte. You'll beat Orlando. Right. You'll beat Washington. You'll beat teams like that with that kind of scoring, but you're not going to beat Boston. From this point forward, you won't.
All right, Josh wants to go one by one. What upsets me, Josh?
Yeah, let's break down so you're not as fumbling over yourself. So
it seemed like we were out. They were more physical than we were.
Okay, so what was it about that stood out to you the most?
Even though did you see Joel Embiid step on Brogdon's head?
No, it was Grant Williams.
Was it Grant Williams' head?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see him talking to him like 5 minutes later?
Yeah, it was totally an accident.
Oh yeah, that's what he
No, it wasn't on purpose. But
and he said
that's what. So that when I'm talking about they were more physical than we were. They had that look of more of a determination than we did. Like the Sixers looked like they were trying to find themselves.
Well, Boston looked like how we look like in game one up there.
Yeah.
But we went in there with, hey, we got to try to get one game. That's what they did.
That's number one. Number two, James Harden was not the player he was in game one.
2 games in a row.
Games in a row now.
We need you.
Why?
We didn't need you. I mean, remember, there was no pressure Monday night. They weren't supposed to win Monday night. You go into that game as a player, hey, let's just see what happens. Luffy, just throw it up, and all of a sudden it starts going in. Hey, he has a great night. When I'm literally, I keep saying when the pressure's on the line, Mike, I'm not sure he shows up.
Mike, in game one, he was doing pull-up jump shots. He wasn't going all the way. He was doing something different, trying to, and it worked. But he got away from it last night. Correct, Josh?
Because Embiid's on the floor.
I don't know if he got away from it. I think the problem with Harden is
he's
that
2 for 13 in 3-point shots since game one, by the way.
The problem with Harden is that I feel like that they said on the broadcast, and I'm trying to remember who was on the broadcast last night. It was Doris Burke. She mentioned it. It's like Harden is being indecisive out there.
Yes.
It's like Harden runs down the court and he can't decide does he want to score and want to pass. And it's like, this is what drives me nuts. And I'm not turning to Mike Carlin on this answer. So Billy, don't say anything. Mike, if I got to hear one more time about James Harden's basketball intelligence and how high his basketball IQ is,
knows what to do.
Mike, I'm going to scream. Like when you watch James Harden, do you see a guy with high basketball IQ?
He'll tell you he has it.
I didn't ask me. He says, what do you think?
I think he's the kind of player that tries to adapt to every game's different. And I think he tries to do his best with the team. In his mind, I think he tries to outsmart teams and outsmart his players. Like tonight, I need to be the assist guy. Tonight, I need to be the scorer. And I think he's put so much on his head that sometimes he just ends up doing nothing.
It looked to me like, and I said this just a few minutes ago, they looked like they were waiting the rest of the team, and this is the starters. We're just watching to see what Joel Embiid was going to do. Like I said, if they should just buy a ticket. They should be charged admission because they just stood around and watched. And I don't know if they just didn't look cohesive. They didn't look like they had any. Their offense wasn't in flux. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They weren't hitting big time shots. The Celtics hit. You look at the 3-point percentage, but they seem like they hit timely threes.
Timely, whenever. But getting back to Josh, I think he's a smart player. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's the player that he was a couple of years ago, and I think it's showing every once in a while. It shows. Now, 7 games, he's going to have one great game. Yeah, he's that good of a player. But day in and day out, he's not that player no more.
So we're going to get into a lot of Sixers talk throughout this show. It's just obviously it's a topic of conversation because I'm really upset. And I said we last night we were listening to sports night, game night with Josh Hennick, and my daughter was in the car. We sent you, Josh, a text, and it said, and my daughter text, 7-year-old, she said yesterday is a must win. Is the closest thing to a must win. They had to win that game last night. No?
Yeah. I now
my 7-year-old.
No, because a lot of guys were saying either the third game or the fourth game. Like you got to split with them and then go back.
I mean, if you still win the game tomorrow,
yeah, you're right back.
You're still there.
The winner of Game 3 has gone on to win the series 73% of the time. That's the pivotal game.
You know the name we don't talk about, and I'm done saying that. He's coming off his rookie year and last year and this. Maxey.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want to be the player that you want to be,
my brother said that last night.
You got it. We need from him.
It almost looks like he's running around like with so much energy, just like how many layups did he either get blocked or miss last night?
Got to the rim.
He looked like he was there. He's like too out of control.
Yeah. Speed. Sometimes you have too much speed.
Right.
But I think Boston's got his number too. I mean, I don't know what the average numbers are, but every time he plays Boston, he does not come up big.
All right. And then the Phillies laid egg last night. Wheeler can't get out of the first inning without throwing like 30 pitches. Right. And I know there was that tragedy in center field in the bullpen. Did you see that?
I saw that, but the other tragedy was the misplay in center field in Schreiber in the first inning.
Schwarber.
Yeah, I mean,
he's leading off, batting 189. He strikes out more than any. There's no way that Robbie Thompson can keep him in the one slot because he wants to. He feels comfortable there. I'm sorry,
but that play in center field, he's
got to make that catch.
Well, the center fielder's got to be. He's in charge of the outfield.
You see him in the slow motion. They were both saying, "I got it."
Well, there's only one guy that should be yelling, "I got it."
That's right.
The center fielder. He's in charge of the field. That was a mistake.
And by the way, did you notice who was playing center field last night?
Guthrie.
Yeah, Guthrie.
This I don't understand.
Well, I don't understand that either.
Brandon Marsh this year is batting better against left-handers and right-handers.
He
has the same number of home runs, same number of RBIs, but a higher batting average and a higher slug. So why is he sitting on the bench?
It doesn't
because there's a pitcher.
So Josh, let me ask you this question, Josh. How many games has Robbie Thompson cost him this year?
4.
I'm going to say it's exactly what I was going to say. 4 games.
I mean, I could
where
think
he's
of 4.
solely responsible for the loss.
I don't understand some of these lineups. I felt like they had something going. I mean, Mike, as a coach, if the wheel is broken, why are you trying to reinvent it?
That's right. All right, we got a great show lined up today. We're going to be talking with the Sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan from Vegas. We're going to get his pithy comments on the NBA and NHL playoffs. And then, of course, at 11 o'clock, today's the 149th running of the Kentucky Derby, man.
Yep,
and we're going to talk with our good buddy, Jeffrey Nash. He's the purveyor of FastlaneHandicapper.com. He's our horse racing aficionado, and we'll talk to him at 11 a.m. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The first hour is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts to help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing from the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or call the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs. Daily specials are open every day at 11 a.m. Say hello to Kim and Renee when you get down there, the bartenders, celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night, dollar wings, $2.50, domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. If you want to book a private party, give Dave Lavari a call at 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers-Celtics. Game 4 tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
In the lane, Smart hangs in traffic, puts it up and in. James Harden, a rugged interior basket.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. Your play-by-play home for Sixers playoff basketball. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Leroy, 71's backed up. What's your 20? Over.
Olivia needs more drivers for her trucking company to go the extra mile.
3 more stops to make.
She wants to hitch a team to drive business forward.
Lots of double nickels on the 169. You know what I'm over?
We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Carlin, Josh Hennick, and the intern Andrew Leeds is here. Last night, Carlin, I'm at my brother's house watching the game with my daughter, and a few old friends stopped by. Mark Bondano's in town. Obviously, we want to take condolences to his family. Our good friend Gary Bondano passed away, and the Holloway boys were with us, and Justin were watching the game. And I said, hey, leave me alone while they're all having fun talking and reminiscing. I'm thinking, I'm working because my head was in the game.
Watch the game,
right? But what I don't like is James Harden, his smugness after the game. And when he made a comment, he said when asked how many he thinks he could have taken some looks in the paint, and he decided to pass. How many times did you see him go into the paint and then pass it out to either a Celtic or into the stand? 4 or 5 times, right? 3 times. At least. And then he said, I don't know. I have to watch the game, but I got a pretty good basketball instinct. I know when to score and I know when to pass. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of them was the right play. Well, watching the game, it tells a different story.
It does. And the other thing that got me was we were just under 2 minutes, and Embiid had just missed a good shot. And
right.
So you miss shots.
You miss shots in
okay?
basketball.
I didn't mind that. The next time down, Harden's got the ball. Now we're like a minute 40. You would think, hey, he's got to know in his head, I'm the next star on this team. He just shot. It didn't go in. Let me see what I can do. Right. He could have took a shot when he did his dribbling and this. Right. But what's he do? Passes over to Maxey. It's like he didn't want the ball. He didn't want to take that shot.
Because whether it was Jaylen Brown, whether it was Marcus Smart covering him, they were shutting him. He does that quick in between the legs, and then he takes that step back and he hits it. They were on him so tight, he can't even get away from that. So what? As a basketball coach, what's his only other option? Go to the basket and then dish it out.
Try to get fouled. Try to get fouled.
But he wasn't pulling up like in game one. He was pulling up and taking like a 4-foot jump shot. He wasn't even trying it.
But this is not new. This is not new. We've seen this all season.
I guess we got
this is not he's falling into something like, man, where did this come from?
Well, we were after game one, we were so like we got mesmerized by greatness there. That one game. We thought that we
and again, what did I say? Pressure. With no pressure on Monday.
And how many points does Maxey average against the Celtics?
8 points.
8 points.
Yeah, you're not going to do anything with that. Shooting 34% from the field. I mean, just and then again, how we start the show. Then you got Tucker, who's not really an offensive threat. You got Harris.
And he had 9 points last night.
Harris had a great game. What was it? Then number 2. But then last
7
night,
points.
You can't go up and down, up and down, up and down. We got one player. We have an MVP, one player. So let me ask you this, guy. If I said, listen, take Embiid off the court and take Tatum off the court, we'll take our best and their best off. The next 4, what team do you go with? Absolutely. Yeah. So we are where we're supposed to be. They're a better team.
I don't know if it was right before the first half when Jason Tatum hit that 3 from like maybe 2 feet outside the yard, right in front of his bench.
Pulling out of bounds almost.
Did you see he finished with his hand? Like
we knew it was going in.
It was like he finished with his hand.
Yeah, you know.
And
sending a point.
Did we lose something?
No.
I don't know.
You're still on, Billy. You're live on the radio, Billy.
Okay. Well, I can't hear you. But anyway, so
check that thing in front of you. There you go.
It's just like it was in our face.
They came, they won.
They saw, they conquered.
And now they're waiting for the next game.
And then what adds insult to injury? We'll talk about the Phillies a little later on, but the Phillies go down 5-3 to the.
Hold on. Let's keep talking.
Wait, I know. We're going to keep talking. It's just like that game gets over first, so you're thinking the Sixers pulled within 4.
Yep.
And Bobby, my brother, even says, look, they're hanging around.
But then bang,
they hit those timely threes.
Timely, boom, back up to 7. Then you foul, 2 foul shots, back up to 9. They never got to. So you know how Boston's thinking right now? They're sky high. They got a good night's sleep last night. Yeah. They're excited. They're saying, right, one more game, let's go home and finish this.
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking.
How about what Joel Embiid said after the game? I think players have to show up. I got to do my job. Everybody knows their role. They have to do their job.
They
players
need Harry.
have to show up. He said it 3 times.
They need Harry. No one knows the role.
They need to be more like Harry Vandersloot.
Harry knows his role.
But is Joel Embiid being a leader by doing it after the game instead of we don't know? Obviously, we don't know what
he didn't say any names.
Right.
But he
said everybody. He's right about one thing. It's everybody. It's not just one person.
I don't think he's not being a leader though, because there was a moment on the court where he was cussing out Harden, saying, "Hey, you gotta keep doing, you gotta keep shooting." I think Embiid is trying, but at some point, it's not about Embiid being a leader. It's about the other guys being adults and stop playing like a mid-level high school basketball team that can't get above 500 because you're not trying hard enough to win the game. I think that's the problem. At some point, we got to stop looking at Embiid. We got to stop looking at Doc Rivers and just look at the other players and be like, guys, you're being paid millions of dollars to play this game at the highest level.
Harris.
Act like it.
let's get some listeners involved here. At 609-403-0973 is the text board. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Let's hear some reactions to the game last night. 609-403-0973. Josh Hennick, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Did Doc Rivers impress you last night, or did you think he wished he would have had a couple timeouts left in his pocket to say a couple? Because you said this before the show. Did you hear what Doc Rivers said in that one interview? Right,
one timeout. Yeah,
I thought that was good, but did he use his players properly? Do you think? Because I don't think he did. I think I
don't think Doc was the problem last night.
No, he wasn't. But
I think that
he is the coach.
It doesn't matter. At some point, we got to stop looking to the coach. We got to blame the players.
Yeah, I agree.
At some point, anyone not named Embiid and DeAnthony Melton needs to be grabbed by the shirt. And, remember Embiid said last year, we got to be tougher, right? We got to fight harder. And now Embiid this year is saying, guys got to do their job and know their role. Well, Embiid's sounding more like a coach than he is a player at this point. So at what point does anybody in the organization, like Sam Cassell's on that bench? I have people, Bill, this, they've texted in your show, my show, every show. Sam Cassell needs to be the coach. Why is Sam Cassell in anybody's face?
I don't know. It's frustrating.
It's quiet on the bench, though. Like when you're an assistant coach,
too quiet.
You can't upset the head coach. So
why not?
It's just a rule that they have.
You mean show up or upstage him? You mean?
Yeah. Now in the locker room, can you? Before the game, can you? After the game, can you? I'm sure Sam's doing that. But during the game, you're not going to see an assistant coach, get up and get in someone's face with the head coach right there. You're not going to see it.
I mean, look, I saw it in Golden State for years before Mike Brown became the head coach of the Kings. They would play good cop, bad cop. Steve Kerr would be a good cop. Mike Brown would be bad cop.
And guess what? With Boston last night, I don't know what their assistant coach was, but a couple of times you saw him get up and he'd go over and tell something to the coach or something to the player. But every team's different. Doc is a different coach than all of them.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Let's get some reaction to the Sixers loss and the Phillies loss last night.
Dan EHT says the difference in the game last night was Harden was terrible. Harden and Embiid are supposed to be the best pick and roll in the NBA. I don't remember seeing a pick and roll once.
Let me ask you this, Carlin, as your former coach. In the NBA, you don't really see the pick and roll, Why don't we see other plays, look up? You know what I mean?
It's not like high school where you come down.
But why,
Duke?
But why not? Why? I mean, can't they do something like what can they do different? They've got to find a different way. They've got to find something. They got to find a way to beat Boston. You got to try everything. So why can't you?
There's a lot of one-on-one offense.
That's all it is.
That's really what it is.
Too much isolation.
Yeah, you come down and you see an overflow on one side,
right?
And you try to get it in. But Embiid, because he's so good, I mean, there's a reason why he's the MVP. Doc wants everything to go through him. That's why you get him at the top of the key, get the ball in his hand. He's either going to do something or he's going to give it right back to Harden, or they're going to do the pick and roll.
609-403-0973.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to squeeze in one more text. It's from an anonymous texter, but they said if Harden doesn't find his shot before the end of the series, the Sixers are dead.
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, but see, again, it's all. I mean,
by the way, Al Horford was 5 from 7 from 3 last night.
Right.
5 from 7.
And
Al Horford.
And the game before, he was like 2 for 12.
Yeah,
that's a pro. That's a guy saying that's not in my head.
Right.
I'm going to go on the road and I'm going to keep shooting.
All right. Well, I'm upset. I know you're upset. I guess this whole area is upset, and we have right to be.
I'm not so upset at Harden as I am the 2 other players. I'm not getting anything out of Harris for the most part, and nothing from Maxey.
No.
And you
see, I'm more upset with Harden than you are, because the guy's a former league MVP.
Yes,
I've been told a million times he's a future Hall of Famer. He has high basketball IQ. I'm not seeing it. If you have all those accolades, you can't just give me one game.
All right. First hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. There's a new wind blowing at Maserati the Main Line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. When we return, we'll go out to Vegas and talk with the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tonight on ESPN Radio.
Thompson with a three. That is good. Klay Thompson, a game-high 28.
We're heading to Los Angeles with the Lakers and Warriors tied up at 1 game each after Golden State bounces back to win Game 2. Now it's a Saturday night pivotal Game 3 showdown. Game 3 of the Lakers and Warriors, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to the NBA playoffs exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call Lenigan, again and again. Call Lenigan, again and again.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Red's. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004, using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or RedsJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
The sun's out, the birds are chirping, and the temperature is rising. That's right, summer is almost here. If you're getting ready to return to your summer home down the shore, make sure you have internet on the Xfinity 10G network so you can have an ultra-fast, reliable connection all season long. With Xfinity Internet, you can power a house full of devices all at once. That means you're covered when everyone's online, whether you're hosting just the family or the family and friends and in-laws and neighbors. That's internet with super fast speed and ultra low lag, so you can binge watch summer blockbusters, stream music during cookouts, or play video games on these stormy days. You have the sunscreen, the floaties, and yard games. Now sign up for the fastest internet today. Check service availability because Xfinity may be newly available in your area. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. The Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN. The 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live here at the Tom's River Auto Group studio. Push the buttons, hit your hands, and leaves us in here. He went to the game last night. But, by the way, so Carlin, full disclosure, I said to my 7-year-old daughter, if I take the Sixers and they lose, if I bet the Sixers and they lose, then I lose on both sides, right? Like, then I'm really gonna be upset.
Yeah.
So if
Money
I
out
take
of your pocket.
if I take the Sixers, if I take the Celtics
And they win.
and at least it kind of.
You're mad, but you're not that mad.
Right, I'm not that. I'm mad, but I'm not. I'm mad, but I'm not that mad. So guess what? I load up. I put every last time I had it. I won $139 last night.
It's a bill. I mean, Josh,
just
Josh,
don't spend it all in one place.
Did you just hear what he said, Josh? For all this talk about I'm a Sixers fan and I'm this and here it's opening night, MVP. I'm going against the Sixers tonight for the money.
All right,
True fan. Here we go, everybody.
That's because I want the book I want to hear his thoughts on this. All right, let's go to the Maserati in the Mainline Sports Hotline and welcome in our good buddies out in Las Vegas, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, gentlemen. I heard the story.
He won money, Dave.
I won $139.
He went against them.
Well, I mean, listen, as much as Billy's running hard and you know having to spend money, I'm impressed that he's like firing like that and making bank on the game. I'm a little worried, you know, because I know things are expensive and the airtime and all this other stuff. I might have to tone it down a little bit with the gambling, Billy, but at least you had the right side because. I mean, seriously, we don't think the Sixers really have a chance, right? I mean, you can be a fan, but you got to be a realist. They don't
Can I
have
be
a
objective
chance.
for the first time in my life?
Exactly right.
Let me be objective for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Sixers got no shot.
Bad, man. It's
They
bad.
don't look like they're there. Book, are we wrong? You're out in Vegas, so you got a different perspective. Did the Sixers look like they were had any fight in them last night?
Game started slow for the Sixers, and they never looked like they had that. They made one little run in the first half to like get it tied or keep it close, and then the end of the first half was a complete debacle, and it was done. That was it, and it was. I don't know. I was trying to go on all the shows and fight the good fight and say the Sixers had a shot, and then I watched the game, and I was just like you. The Sixers have no shot. Like it's over. I mean, they're not going to win the series. I hope they win another game. They could win, I guess, tomorrow, but it's done, Billy. I mean, you put the Sixers stuff away. It's over.
The winner of Game 3 has gone on to win the series 73% of the time.
Is that in the paper, Carlin? Does he have that in the paper? Who gave him that? That was all Josh, wasn't it?
The intern gave that to him.
He didn't come up with it, Dave. Trust me.
I know that. That was good. 73%.
Well, yeah.
Well, that means that we gotta take Miami to win the series because they're gonna win today. So take Miami to win the series.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jinx. I'm gonna jinx the Celtics. Let me here's another thing. Full disclosure, too, book. I had a bank in my sports app. I had the money in there, so it wasn't money I took out of my pocket. It was in there. So okay. I unloaded. I put it. So now I got $139 in the account.
Oh boy.
Sunday, I'm taking the Celtics again. And I'm putting it all on there. You know why? Because I'm guaranteed to lose. I'm a jinx. I'll jinx the Celtics.
You don't have that power. I don't think you can help them. I've seen the jinx happen, and there are people that have that power. But, Billy, I mean, unless you go out there and stand in the corner and hit a couple corner threes, it ain't going to be enough. They may win Game 4. That's it.
Tobias Harris is averaging 13.7 points a game in this series. Maxi's, I think, 17 over the whole series. It's just not enough. They need, like Carlin pointed out, the Celtics have balanced scoring. We don't.
How did they win Game 1 then?
Well, they had balanced scoring in Game 1. The whole team showed up. They had a good flow. They were aggressive. Harden was taking shots. He was hitting his shots.
I wouldn't say they had good flow. I thought they just fought hard.
They fought hard.
I think Boston went in that Game 1
thinking Embiid wasn't going to be there.
You know how typical NBA games are? The last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
let's keep it close. Let's do this. And at the end, if we end up winning by 4 or 5, who cares?
Right.
And then it got out of hand. Then they,
well,
and there was a game. They
I mean, that was the game that surprised everybody and gave Sixers fans, people that bet them to win the championship, to win the East, to win this series, hope. And then the MVP got the MVP, came back, and they lost by 30 plus. And then they come home as almost a pick 'em and lose again. I mean, there's talk of like, oh, they should just sit Embiid. They're better without him. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. You hear a lot of people like the day after a loss like this, trade him, get rid of him, but they can't get rid of him. They can't trade him.
Embiid was not the problem last
Yeah, he wasn't the problem last night.
It's just the rest of the team.
It's
They're not
okay.
cohesive. It's not a cohesive unit when he's in there for some reason.
Right.
Or with the rest of
Correct. Dave, we're at the point of the season where there's no surprises here. Okay, Boston was 1 or 2 all year. It's not like if we lose this series, we lost to the Knicks or Miami or if Atlanta was in. Guys, Boston's a really good team.
Right.
They were in the
And
finals last year.
They got our number.
Yeah, they have our number. They're a better team. We have
won
the best player.
Last...
Dave, what I always tell people, we have the best player on the court. But they got the better team overall.
Right. They got the next like 3 or 4 maybe best players, and then as a team, yeah. Well, I mean, this is what it is. This is what it is. Now you got to pick the other series. I mean, like, I think Miami's going to beat the Knicks. I hope they do, because there's not many fan bases that like can really get to me anymore, but Knicks fans are right at the top of the list. Like, they're close. And Laker fans are a short distance beside them or ride in the same car. Like they're right there too. So I'm rooting for Golden State tonight in the NBA. And I think Miami's going to beat the Knicks.
We're talking with the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. You can follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. Of course, Bostonian versus the book. And I know your partner's ecstatic about that big Celtics win last night. That'll make for a pretty good show, your next Bostonian versus the book. When can we catch that, Dave?
Yeah, that's Monday through Friday at 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern on our YouTube channel, the @ at Boston versus the book. We're going to keep that thing going. We're looking for sponsorship too. This is a crazy business and a crazy time. So we're trying our best to get people involved in the show, and, we'll see what we can do. But we got that going on. Yeah. I mean, his Bruins lost, so I at least got a little one up there, but I was really hoping the Sixers could be the team to end the Celtics season. I'm not buying it anymore, Billy. I'm just not doing it. Can't do it.
Also, your Pittsburgh Pirates, man. How about the Pirates? And I love that story. I mean, this team just. How about who's the player that 15 years in the minor leagues? What a story that is.
Oh yeah, Drew Maggie's.
Yeah,
that was a real. Yeah, that was a really cool
pulling for that
story.
cat.
McCutchen coming back and doing what he's doing, contributing. The team is alive. They're getting good pitching now. They just had a long road trip and lost the last 4 games, including 3 in a row to Tampa.
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 You're talking about Tampa.
How they do it.
It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable what they're doing.
What is there, about 15 people in the stands?
I don't know.
Don't care.
But
I know they don't care.
They don't even care. They just win baseball games.
Yeah.
And, it's been so impressive.
It's crazy. Also, I feel bad for the Toronto switching over to NHL. I know you're a big NHL guy. I follow you on Twitter at SportsBKConsig, and I'm pulling so hard for Toronto. You see the people after their parties in the city and everything. That city is starved for a Stanley Cup champion.
It's been a long time.
They're
the state of
yes.
Canada alone, the country.
Yeah,
1967, boys, Toronto, last time for them. I mean, there's people that have it's almost as old as Billy. I mean, that's a long time.
All right, Sportsbook. The last thing I want to talk to you about is who's your horse today?
Just cut me right off. He said, "Wait, he asked me a hockey question, and then he turns it right to the horses."
I
was going to ask you for the horses. I got nothing.
It's called listening. You can listen. You don't have to see him.
Forte got scratched. Nobody knows what to do. Everybody's scrambling right now to get a horse. Bet the Japanese horse, Billy. The 17. It's the 17. That's the one. 17 horse.
You got to stay tuned into the show, Sportsbook, because at 11 o'clock, we got the purveyor of FastlaneHandicapper.com, Jeffrey Nash, is going to call in, and he's going to handicap the race for us. But, yeah, you got a lot of horses pulling out.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems, I guess, either with the track or with the training. I don't know. But I literally was getting texts right before you called from someone who does this for real, too. And I said, what is the number now? You know, and they threw the 17 at me. They threw the 6, the 15, and the 17, but I think the 15 is the one that was scratched. So write them down, Billy, with your pen on your newspaper.
Guess what? My daily news doesn't even have a list of the horses.
This is bad. I mean, what is going on? Seriously. Unbelievable.
So,
listen, I got 1 second to tell you, I went to my 9-year-old's 3rd grade class project. Each kid was given an assignment to pick a person in history that they wanted to study, learn about. And on this day, for an hour and a half, they were a wax museum. So the 3rd grader became that person. And when someone walked up to them and hit a fake start button, they would have a 1-minute speech prepared and talk.
Oh, cool.
My daughter was Anne Frank. There was Muhammad Ali. There was Milton Hershey. It was fantastic. One of the best projects I ever saw. And I had to walk outside and take a deep breath because I was getting choked up. And I said, this feels like Billy. I feel like Billy. So I had to tell you that story.
You know what, Book? I got to tell you, you're probably filled with pride and proud. You were proud, and yeah, I don't know how you didn't go outside and take a moment. I would have been in tears.
It was the greatest. I literally thanked 3 teachers and the principal of the school because I thought it was one of the coolest projects that I had ever seen, and the kids took it to the next level and really, did a good job with it and took ownership of it. It was fantastic.
I love it. I love it. Proud dad. The Sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan, every Saturday from Las Vegas. Book, as always, we appreciate it, and we will talk to you next Saturday.
All right, boys, have a good weekend. And sorry about the Sixers. It's all over.
It's all over. It's all over. See you, Book.
So he's done. He's done with the Sixers.
There's a book on the sports Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline right there.
Yeah, he's done. Sixers are done, he said.
So, would you like my philosophy for Sunday night? Put the whole $139.
Yeah, just let it ride.
What do you think? I should ask the book. What do you think the spread's going to be? It's going to be more than 2.
That strategy is horrible.
Why?
I'll be the one to say it.
Why?
Because you never put all your eggs in one basket.
My philosophy is
he wants to win big.
Win big. No, I hope I lose my money. Don't you understand?
That's just as stupid.
I hope I lose the 139. I'd rather see the Sixers win, Josh.
What you do is you take out 100, you use it to maybe pay off one of your bills,
and
then you throw the other 30 on it.
No, I've got
How did you get to 60 years old and not be like destitute homeless?
Listen,
it's simple money management.
Here, look.
Found money is found money, baby.
This is found money. So I want this. I'm trying to illustrate to you guys. I am a true fan.
He's trying to tell you in a nice way. He's trying to tell you he doesn't mind losing.
I want to lose this money. They won't even let me lose it.
Right.
Gosh darn it. First hour of the locker room is powered by. I'm pissed. Carlin, I'm really upset.
I can see that.
You're
Bill.
so upset you're irrational.
Yeah.
No, so Josh,
so money should not be involved.
He still doesn't get
I know he doesn't
get it.
Because it's irrational.
It's not
what he's telling you is that he'd rather lose $100 and have the Sixers win.
That's right.
He'll be happy that way.
That's ridiculous.
He doesn't want to win 100.
It's not ridiculous. I bet you if we asked our listeners, they'd probably say the same thing. They'd rather see. This is found money for me. I got $139 in my book.
Found money. Go take your daughter out for a little
it just stays in here. I don't put it into my account. I'm not going to put the deposit button. It just stays there.
What's the points? Do we know what the points is for next game?
I'll look it up.
Look it up. All right.
It can't be more than 2.
You get it, Carlin? You do that?
No, I wouldn't do that. I get it.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
609-403-0973. Somebody back me up. 609-403-0973. We want some reaction to the Sixers game last night, Phillies. 609-403-0973. The first hour of the locker room was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance, protection, and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia Eagle tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on ESPN Radio.
Get the wall gone! A blast from Rizzo.
It's a showdown in the AL East when the New York Yankees head to the Trop to face the first-place Tampa Bay Rays.
Liner out there again, and a Rosarena pokes it to right field, and it's gone! Unbelievable!
The Yankees at the Rays. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Trio North Wildwood is where casual elegance meets delectable dining. Experience the dishes made with the freshest ingredients, featuring options for all tastes. Treat yourself to a night out at Trio North Wildwood and indulge in the ultimate dining experience. Reservations on Resi. Don't miss out on the taste sensation that is Trio North Wildwood. 700 New Jersey Avenue, North Wildwood. Chef-driven, quality-focused, TrioNW.com.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin. I want to remind people of two charity events we've been telling you about. Ryan Prop's Golf Classic benefiting Stroke Center, the University of Pennsylvania on May 15th at the Riverwinds Golf and Tennis Club. For more details, visit golfgaffa.com. And on Saturday, June 17th, attend Tara's Happy Boxes fundraiser benefiting local children at the American Legion on 1st Street in Somers Point, New Jersey from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tickets are $25. They include food, entry food, and entertainment. For more information, contact Tara Scioli at 609-415-8398 or send her an email at tarashappyboxes@gmail.com. Josh, you have a text message you want to read?
Yeah, let's squeeze in a couple here before we end the hour here. Paul in Ocean City chimes in and says, I agree 100%. The Sixers' problem is not the coach. Harden is supposed to be a premier player and needs to step up and show some leadership, especially in big games. If the Sixers don't get past Boston, it's time to move on from Harden.
Wow. Yeah.
Paul in Ocean City.
I think he's right on that. True. I'm just shaking in my head at him. I just can't believe it's
like he plays when he wants to play.
Yeah. Maybe he should go out to Vegas more often. Or maybe Atlantic City.
Houston.
Down to Atlantic City.
He has not partied since scoring 45 points.
Maybe that's what he's got to do, Josh.
Somebody Atlantic City want to help out Harden last night.
Yeah.
All right, hour one is in the books. On the other side, hey, we got the Kentucky Derby today, and I'll be attending the Down and Derby Festival at the Cooper River Park in Pennsauken. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk with the Fastlane Handicapper himself, FastlaneHandicapper.com himself, Jeffrey Nash, on the other side. It's a locker with Billy Schweim and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN, 97.3 ESPN.
Here's what you missed on Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
Shefty is like ball of energy, racing around with all his phones at one time, and he's got 8 million things going on. Woj is the opposite. Woj will be sitting in the room, he's eating, he's talking, he's chatting with everyone, and all of a sudden, and he'll get up and he'll walk out the door. A minute later on his Twitter feed, there's some enormous breaking story. I've come to learn when he leaves the room, something's about to happen.
Greeny, weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Join Bobcat of Vineland for their open house this Saturday, May 6th from 11 to 4 and get your home or business ready for spring. Demo the all-new Bobcat equipment including lawnmowers, mini excavators, track loaders, compact tractors, and more, and take advantage of great spring savings. Bring the family for food and a kids' bounce house this Saturday, May 6th from 11 to 4 at Bobcat of Vineland's Spring Open House, 1801 Sherman Avenue in Vineland, and bobcatofvineland.com.
The Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board has once again increased the price of wine and spirits. To avoid this increase, shop with Total Wine & More and save up to 40%. Total Wine & More, offering the lowest prices for over 30 years. Drink responsibly, B21.
Hey, did you know nacho fries are back at Taco Bell? But they're not going to hang around forever. So don't wait, or you might miss out on these hot, crisp fries covered in all those bold Mexican spices with delicious nacho cheese sauce. Or wait and just settle for flavorless fries. Regular, bland, spiceless, flavorless, flimsy, non-nacho fries. Just an absolute bummer of a fry.
Nacho fries are back. Get them today, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation which fair.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com. Based on most first-place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Progressive Insurance protects people's cars, homes, and other vehicles. But if you've ever seen our commercials or even just heard our name, you probably already knew that. What you may not know is that we support Humble Design, a nonprofit that furnishes homes for families and veterans emerging from homelessness. Because a little help goes a long way. And a lot of help, well, you get the idea. Now, if you already knew all of this about Progressive Insurance, we're impressed. We'll have to find something else cool to tell you next time. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hello, I am Scott, branch manager with Viking Pest. Viking has proudly served South Jersey for 40 years. If you have ants, wasps, or termites, our local Viking technicians are here to help. Visit VikingPest.com to learn more. That's VikingPest.com.
The radio home of Joel Embiid, James Harden, and the 76ers.
Dominate! And one of the biggest dunks of his career.
We are 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennick pushing the buttons, and the intern Andrew Leeds is in the studio here as we're continuing to suck it up on a Saturday after the Phillies and the 76ers go down to defeat the Boston. And the Boston fans are up on us there, Carlin. But you know what always happens in the first Saturday in May?
The running
of the roses, running for the roses, the Kentucky Derby.
It's amazing how they talk about the big three.
Yeah,
but there's really just one big game. I mean, one big race. It's this one.
If you've never had an opportunity to go to Churchill Downs, it should be a bucket list for everybody. It's magnificent. These horses are majestic animals, and they're so smart. If you get them, get up close to a horse, especially a racing horse, it's almost like they're human in a way. Have you ever been up close to a horse?
Oh yeah,
Carlin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I know. Have you ever been next to one of the Clydesdales?
No.
They're unbelievable.
I haven't been. Yeah, maybe
you see them on TV and they look big.
Yeah.
When you stand next to them, their legs are as big as our bodies.
So I will be going to the Down and Derby Festival at the Cooper River Park for the it's a big festival there, and we're watching the Kentucky Derby, and I'm excited. So every spring, the first Saturday in May, we go to the Fast Lane Handicapper himself, the purveyor of FastLaneHandicapper.com, a good buddy of ours. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in Jeffrey Nash to the program. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning, everyone. How you doing?
We're doing well. We're doing okay. We're licking our wounds today, Jeffrey. The Phillies got crushed
I hate
last
Boston,
night,
but I love Louisville.
I know you do. And I want to start off by saying your website's unbelievable. It's easy to read. It's you can understand it. You don't get too in depth. You give people your picks, and you're good because last year you cashed in a $3 bet, $7,500. Jeffrey Nash.
Yes, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But last year, what I did, I had two of the three horses in the triple. I love two horses in particular. And then what I always recommend at the Kentucky Derby to anyone who wants to listen is that you match that with what's known as an all bet. So you take the horses you like, you throw in every other horse in the race in a box. And last year, no one could have predicted an 80-1 shot, Rich Strike, to win that race. And lucky for me, I hit a $7,500 ticket for $3.
Jeffrey Nash, the Kentucky Derby is the first of the big three, but this is the big one. This is like the Stanley Cup, the Super Bowl. This is the big one. How come it goes first?
It always has gone first in the more than 100-year history of the race. The Kentucky is really the homeland for thoroughbred horses. Most of the great thoroughbreds are sired in Kentucky. Kentucky bluegrass is famous for feeding the horses. So Kentucky is really the home base for thoroughbred horse racing, and to have the Kentucky Derby be the first of the Triple Crown is just appropriate in the sport.
We're talking with Jeffrey Nash, the purveyor of FastlaneHandicapper.com. I recommend the website for the average horse racing fan because you get some great information, some great insight to the horses racing. But the favorite Forte has been scratched already.
Not only the favorite, but my selection to win the race. So everyone who had bet the race early is now scrambling to undo those bets and to find a replacement. Forte had won 6 of 7 races. He looked outstanding in the Florida Derby. Clearly the talent in the field, and was the favorite at the early morning favorite at 3-1. I don't think you'll ever get odds that low again. But unfortunately, there was some trouble with the horse's leg during training, and Todd Pletcher, to his credit and to the credit of the ownership group, decided it was not worth risking injury to the horse and removed the horse from the race, and now created an even more wide open field for this running of the Derby.
And looks like you updated your website so that people can go there, FastlaneHandicapper.com. How many horses are left in the race now? It's like, I think.
Yeah. There was an extraordinary number of scratches.
Yeah.
5. I don't think there's been as many scratches in the history of the Derby, but it leaves us with 18 horses, which is compared to the normal field of 20 horses, but still 18 horses is an unusually large field in horse racing. So it's still going to be a cavalry charge from the get-go, and there's going to be horses bumping and bruising and positioning and checking, and it's the Wild West at the beginning of this race. So it makes it difficult for any horse.
So whoever gets out of the gate first with the best start has an advantage because it's only, a mile and a quarter, right?
I would say yes, but some of the closers will settle back early, so they're not going to get involved in that pushing and shoving. Last year, for example, Rich Strike, who no one thought was going to win, Rich Strike was a closer, and what happened to Rich Strike, he settled in last place at the beginning of the race, watched the speedsters blister around the track, and to the credit of the jockey of Rich Strike, he was able to wind and weave his way to the front. And as the horses who used way too much energy at the beginning of the race started to come back, Rich Strike was able to pass them. So it's getting out of if you're a front runner, you need to get out of the gate clean, otherwise you're doomed. If you're a horse that likes to make up ground in the stretch, a closer, so to speak, you'd like to settle in behind all the pushing and shoving at the beginning.
Jeffrey, it's Michael. Quick question
for
our listeners, and maybe you can help us out. When you hear about these horses being scratched at the last second, the time and the investment that went in for this horse to race in this race must be just unbelievable that the normal person has no idea what's going on. Because some of these horses start training for this, race like a year ago. Like they look at it, like the trainer and the owner say, I think this horse can be ready for next year's Derby kind of thing. And then some horses maybe just a month ago decided, hey, racing really good, I'm going to jump into it. But either way, the money that is spent on these horses with their group and the people that are part of it, to just scratch them the day before the race, I can't imagine the money that's invested.
Yeah, Michael, you're right. And there's so much money at stake. It's not even the purse money. That's only a small part of it. It's winning this race is worth millions and millions of dollars in stud fees down the road. In this race, there was a horse that was scratched. It was trained by Sappy Joseph, who was who had 2 horses inexplicably die on the track earlier, and for an abundance of caution, to the credit of the Kentucky racing officials, they suspended This trainer and all of his horses, no one can run out of his stable until they figure out why the horses died. And that's really a credit to the racing officials in Kentucky. As for Forte, Skinner, who the number 9 horse who was scratched, 10, Practical Move, one of the favorites who was scratched, they were running fevers, and the trainers, despite, as you said, millions of dollars in investment, they decided to scratch the horse because they weren't feeling well. And again, that's really a credit to the trainers.
We're talking with Jeffrey Nash, the purveyor of FastLaneHandicapper.com. It's Kentucky Derby Saturday. We'll be down at the Cooper River Cooper River for the Down and Derby Festival. That's going to be a great time down there, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Camden County has put together for the first time since the pandemic the Down and Derby Festival. They are featuring all the local wineries. So they're going to be, there's several wineries in Camden County which do a great job of producing great wine, and they'll be featured at this festival. There's a big screen TV, so everyone can watch the race at about 6:30 p.m. And there's some Secret Service is the band that's going to be there. There's other entertainment. Terrific band. People are getting calls for people to come just for the band. And but best of all, and we don't plan this, but we can take credit for it if we want. It's 72 and sunny. It is a perfect day.
Well, last year we got rained on. Last year was rained out.
Last year was rained out. The year before, and the year before that with the pandemic. 2019 was the last full year of this event. It's a great, fun event, and we urge everyone to take part.
All right, now Jeff, let's talk about the how they decide what lane the horses run in. Because if I know you pull them, but it's by luck of the draw. But what is the best pole position to get? I guess the inside. You don't want to be the inside horse, right?
Well, they've changed the pole structure, so being the number 1 horse is not as bad as it used to be, but still you can get squeezed because you have 17 other horses on the outside of you trying to push their way through, so the one usually gets squeezed. But traditionally, the best pole position has been number 5. The 5 pole position has won the most of the derbies. That could be the random luck of the best horse getting the 5 pole position, but certainly the 5 has traditionally been the best.
I'll never forget, Carlin. I was able to go to a derby back in the 90s. I forget which horse won it, but I had too many mint juleps in the down there. But it was such a spectacle, Jeffrey. It was. I recommend anybody that's remotely.
You just don't show up. You got to be dressed.
Yeah, I had a blue Bill Blast blazer on with my red tie and my khaki pants and a white shirt. So I was playing the role. But yeah, everybody's dressed up. It's an event down there.
Yeah, it's great. It's quite an event. And I urge anyone, if anyone's a horse racing fan, you should certainly take advantage of that one year.
All right, Jeffrey, let's get your picks, because let's scroll down on your website, the FastLaneHandicapper.com. Who do you like? And give us your handicap this race for us.
Well, it's an interesting race. Always, you have to take a look at what speed is in the race, meaning what horses like to come out early. This race does not show exceptional speed up front, unlike last year where the horses up front were blistering around the track, gave the closers a better opportunity to catch them. In this race, I don't see, other than the 2-horse, there's not a lot of speed in the race. And I think Todd Pletcher, who trains the 2-horse, is going to try to go wire to wire. I'm not sure he has the talent to do that, the horse Verifying. But you have a horse in this race that has just, having watched the prep races, that has really caught my eye, and that's the 17-horse Derma Sotogaki. And that horse was bred and raised and raced in Japan. His last race was in Dubai. Now, horses that have shipped in from Dubai are 0 for 18 lifetime in the Derby.
Wow.
So not a great track record, and that could be attributed to the travel time, change of training, change of track, change of grain. But this horse ran a race in its last time that was eye-popping. If this horse comes back and runs that type of race against this field, I see him winning, and that's where I'm putting my money. Now that Forte is scratched, I thought Forte was the best horse in the field, not from the United Arab Emirates, but this horse, Derma Sotogaki, is the horse that really stands out to me. Other horses that are really interesting, there's a horse that was sold as a yearling for $1.3 million in the 2021 yearling sale in Kentucky. That's a lot of money to spend for a yearling. And they spent it because this big gray horse, his name is Tapid Trice, the 5-horse. He is enormous. He's like a freight train. What concerns me about that horse is that as a freight train is not as agile as some of the other smaller horses. And if he gets caught behind some of the other horses, he doesn't have the agility to wind his way through. But if this horse gets in a clear position, the 5-horse is going to be motoring down the stretch. And the 3rd horse that I like is Angel of Empire. Believe it or not, a Pennsylvania bred and trained by the great Brad Cox. Angel of Empire is also a very big horse, but seems to be more agile. And I would have discounted that horse, but for his last race in the Arkansas Derby. His prep race for the Kentucky Derby in Arkansas was 1 1/8 miles, a little shorter than the Derby race of 1.125 miles. But this horse started at the backstretch in sixth place, and he just turned on a different gear and with the agility to wind his way through. So those are the 3 horses that I like, but I always tell people, include an all bet, because you never, ever know.
So you take your 3 horses and then you put an all bet in with it? Or 2?
I do. It depends on how much you're willing to invest.
He's got $100.
I got $139 that I won from the Celtics last night.
He's dying to use it.
Well, boo for you betting on the Celtics.
Hey, I'm Josh Hennig and the program director Mike Gill. They always tell me I got to be objective, so I was being objective last night.
Well, I'm objective. I'm taking a horse that's bred in Japan that ran in Dubai, so I'm ignoring the other American horses that are going to be very competitive.
Hey, the Angel of Empire, it's a 5-1. Is that a 5-1 pick?
I have him at 8-1 in the early odds, but the odds have shifted so much since Forte was scratched. They could be down to 5-1, sure.
We're talking with Jeffrey Nash, the purveyor of FastLaneHandicapper.com. I recommend this website because it's easy to read. He's got everything right there. And if you want to get as lucky as Jeff did last year, he put a $3 bet down. You won $7,500. I mean, that was a lot of fun. I know you were all excited about that. When are you and Capelli, when we're going to get in, we're going to buy a horse that runs in the Kentucky Derby.
Well, Lou and I have a horse that named Carlin's Hustle, and it's bred out of the second leading sire in the country right now, Solomini, and this horse is training really well. So next year, when we speak about the Kentucky Derby,
okay,
we're going to be speaking. Lou and I are going to be in Kentucky. We'll have a show there.
Oh, that'll be awesome. That would be great.
That would be amazing.
Jeff, as always, listen, man.
$7,500.
We really appreciate you taking time. I know today's a big day for you. I recommend everybody check out his website, the FastLaneHandicapper.com, to get your last minute updates on which horses are running and where they are and who the ones Jeff likes. And Jeff, as always, we really appreciate it.
Hey, Billy, can I give a shout out
Sure.
to Eddie and Bryce, my grandsons, who I'm training to become horse racing handicappers down the road? And also a shout out to Brian and the Ocean City Police Department. They do a great job all the time.
All right, there he is. Jeff, I'll be seeing you later on this afternoon, and let's get a couple winners.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
There he is, Jeffrey Nash, the FastLaneHandicapper.com on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City. With the most competitive prices around, Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. Folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari's Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials, open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. When you get down there, say hello to Renee and Kim, the bartenders. Tell them I said hi. Thursday night is wing night, $1 wing, $2.50 domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. If you want to book a private party, they got plenty of rooms. You can do that. Give Dave Lavari a call at 609-628-2225. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN.
Tonight on ESPN Radio.
Thompson with a three. That is good. Klay Thompson, a game-high 28.
We're heading to Los Angeles with the Lakers and Warriors tied up at 1 game each after Golden State bounces back to win Game 2. Now it's a Saturday night pivotal Game 3 showdown. Game 3 of the Lakers and Warriors, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to the NBA playoffs exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and...
Complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321-321. That's ROCK to 321-321.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin. Carlin, who's your pick for the Kentucky Derby? Who do you like?
Well, I had Derma.
Right.
But Jeff just changed my mind. I like guys that come on at the end. And what horse is number 5?
The number 5 horse is Tippett Tapit Trance.
I like him because I like horses that sit back, and then when that guy says, and here they come.
There they go.
Here they come around the last turn, and you see that guy coming up. He says he's a late runner. I may go with him.
So he likes the Verify, the 2-horse, the 17 Derma Soda. Derma Soda.
I think I'll do Derma and 5 to place.
I'm going to
go with those two.
I'm going to go with the. I'm going to go with the 14-horse Angel of Empire, the Pennsylvania bred, just to keep it local.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's get back to Little Sixers because it's stuck in my craw.
There's really nothing else to talk about.
Well, there is because Jason Tatum scored 7 points in the last.
No. I mean, there's no reason to talk about the Flyers. The Phillies are the Phillies.
Right.
It's early.
Well, I want to get into a little.
We have nothing
talk.
really going on with Eagles other than Carter signed our first rounder.
See, Nick Foles is got released.
He got cut.
Released from the. Colts.
I think there's plenty of Eagles stuff to talk about, but I know you guys don't care.
No, it's not that we don't care. It's just that right now.
This is the hot button right now.
Yeah, it's a hot button
right
issue.
Now,
the Sixers and the Phillies. I do want to talk a little Phillies because, like I said to Josh, Josh, how many games has Topper blown this year? Or had it? I
mean, Thompson.
Yeah, hey, come on, man. You got to know the
lingo.
His nickname. Where you been, man?
Not listening, I guess.
You're not
poor Carl. He's probably sitting on.
Who's Topper?
I'm thinking
radio.
basketball.
He's like,
basketball.
Who's Topper?
That's all I'm thinking. Basketball.
But he's responsible. Josh, you said he's. Josh, you said you think you and I agree. He's responsible for at least 4 losses this year.
Yeah, and I think that I'm not going to hold that against him long term, but I think that it's a catch-22 because as somebody texted in at 609-403-0973, Steven Ventnor says, why is Schwarber still hitting leadoff?
Exactly.
We have 2 viable options at Turner and Stott. I'd even put March at leadoff before Schwarber. And the problem is, and I will give him credit. You know how much I am not a fan of this guy, but Howard Eskin confronted Rob Thompson yesterday about this topic, and Thompson gave a very lackadaisical, laissez-faire answer, and it's basically, for those who don't know, the reason why Schwarber's hit leadoff most of his career is because when he was in Chicago and Boston with the Cubs and Red Sox, 2 teams that won the World Series, by the way, when he was their leadoff hitter, it was because he was seeing pitches and getting on base with walks. The problem is right now, he's not getting on base with walks. So the issue is that instead of Thompson saying, hey, I'm going to ride this for about a week to see if the lineup works like it did last year, he keeps falling back on the talking points like he's a politician. So, Billy, I asked Carlin earlier, we didn't really get to it, if the wheel isn't broken, why are we trying to reinvent it? You had a lineup that had Stott and Turner 1-2 that was working, and you ditched it because, well, this is what we did last year.
Look, and that's why I asked Carlin. All right, so you got a superstar in James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
He's not playing well. He's not himself. He doesn't look like himself. His body language, his expression doesn't look like he's in it. If you see that as a coach, no matter how much money he makes, can't you make an adjustment? And if that means maybe sitting him or
ask him to do other things.
Do other things?
Yeah, absolutely you do. But I don't know.
Same thing with Topper.
I don't know.
And Robbie Thompson to you.
Yeah, I don't know if Doc's actually doing that. I really don't.
Isn't that the mark of a great coach? Being able to make adjustments?
Absolutely.
Right? You got to be able to make adjustments.
Absolutely. Or he may not think he can do it. Meaning I don't know how much faith he acts like he has faith in Harden, but I don't know.
That's a great point. Carlin just brought up.
Yeah.
Can we just hit on that real quick?
Yeah.
Mike, you just said something very important. So can I
absolutely
make you expound on that? So is that the coach? Is that a coach problem that the coach can't get through to the guys? Or is that the front office not giving the coach the right guys?
I think the front office, to answer that, the front office thinks they gave him the right guys. And now we're seeing that we were wrong.
Well,
they're not, but you're never going to hear that the front office
they're a
was
good
wrong.
team. Let's face it. They had 54
they're a good team.
most wins since 2001. They are.
I always said they were a good team. There's a
Right.
difference between a good team and a great team.
Right.
Okay, they're not a great team. They're
Right.
they're a really good team. And they got really good players, but
they're not a great team.
They're not a great team.
And-
Only great teams win it all.
Right. And like guys like Tobias Harris, Max contract, right? He's got a max, right?
38 million.
You will be able to trade him
he's not
this year.
I know, but he's not. He hasn't lived up to his expectations by any stretch of the imagination.
And by this time, Maxey should be like a little kid on Christmas Day. It's playoffs.
Right.
I feel good about myself. I've proven I belong here. Now I want to be a star.
Well, that gets back to the whole.
That's not happening.
It's not happening. Is Maxey not doing that because he's not surrounded by the right guys? Are there not the right guys in the locker room to help him?
See, I think the biggest problem last night, the team, the Sixers, were just standing around, or not. I don't want to say standing around.
They were standing.
They were waiting for Joel Embiid to take over the.
They were standing around.
Think about this. Maxey walks on the floor. He's looking at Embiid and he's looking at Harden. Two bona fide stars.
Right.
Okay. Remember when Bridges left Phoenix and went to the Nets?
Yeah.
And literally they said, hey, we need you to be the man.
Yeah,
he went nuts.
Right.
Can you imagine if Maxey went to Orlando? That's why I got you. Or if Maxey went to Washington or something to another team? He could walk on the court and be like, they want me to be the man. I'm going to start scoring 25 points a game.
Hey, Billy, it sounds like to me like Carlin is saying the Sixers should trade for Mikal Bridges. That's what I see.
Well, we had him. We got rid of him.
That would be something.
Could you imagine?
Or just have Jimmy still stay
Jimmy
here.
Butler. Every time
Jimmy.
Don't get me started, Carlin. Every time I look at Jimmy Butler,
you could have had Jimmy
steam comes out of my ear. I know.
Can you imagine that?
For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Tell them the locker room sent you. There's a new wind blowing at Maserati of the Main Line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi and schedule your test drive today. When we return, we continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on ESPN Radio.
Get the wall gone! A blast from Rizzo.
It's a showdown in the AL East when the New York Yankees head to the Trop to face the first-place Tampa Bay Rays.
Liner out there again, and Arozarena pokes it to right field, and it's gone! Unbelievable!
The Yankees at the Rays. Coverage is today at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once, with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit per second internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.
Now, more of the and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, my basketball guy, Josh Henning pushing the buttons. Intern Andrew Leeds is here. Of course, he attended the game last night. I asked Carlin, I asked Andrew, when did the Celtics take the crowd out of it? And he said after they got, I think the Sixers got within 2, and then Harden missed a 3, and then Al Horford came down and banged a 3.
Bang.
And Harden got the ball back and missed a 3, and that was it. That's when they lost the crowd.
It was gone.
You take a crowd out of the game like that, the players know it. They feel it.
Oh, they feel it. Yeah.
They feel that.
Yeah, well, it's their own fault. So
Well, I know. All right, I want to remind people the 2 charities we've been talking about. First, the Brian Probst Gaffa Golf Classic benefiting the Stroke Center at the University of Pennsylvania on May 15th at the River Winds Golf and Tennis Club. For more details, visit golfgaffa.com. And, of course, on Saturday, June 17th, attend Tara's Happy Boxes fundraiser benefiting local children at the American Legion at Summers Point, New Jersey from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tickets are $25. They include entry, food, entertainment. For more information, contact Tara Cioli at 609-415-8398 or email her at tarashappybox@gmail.com. 73% of the time, if you're the team that wins game 3 goes on to win the series. You see any scenario in which, Carlin, the Sixers can get a win tomorrow?
Someone gets hurt for Boston,
and then,
major hurt.
Okay.
Like
you lose Tatum.
You lose Tatum or you lose Brown. Someone gets thrown out. You're at home.
Marcus
Things
Smart
can happen.
Look, Marcus Smart. As much as I don't, remember we always talk about villains, guys. You look at this spot. He's one of those guys.
He's a Pete Rose
but
guy.
Guess what? I admire him because he's got a chest contusion. He's limping. He's diving on the ball.
Hey,
yeah, he's selling out, man.
We were talking before we came on the air. Did you see how many times he was matching up against Embiid?
Yeah.
Why is he guarding Embiid and Embiid's not just says, "Oh my God, you're guarding me"? Puts his hand up in the air, move down to the post. Give me the ball. Let me score on.
Well, that gets back to the whole Harden question because remember the texter texted in earlier at 609-403-0973 and said, aren't Embiid and Harden supposed to be the best pick and roll duo, but they're not running pick and rolls? Well, Embiid's going to the high post expecting the pick and roll, and Harden's never coming. Maxi's never coming. So Embiid, he's still stuck in, hey, I'm supposed to be in the high post for the pick and roll. And then what happens with the pick and roll, Mike, we all played basketball, have half a brain, knows when you pick, you roll. Well, Embiid never rolls.
That's why it's called.
When you rock, you roll.
But
they weren't rocking and rolling last
Smart
night.
should not be playing Embiid. That's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. And the thing, behind the back pad, like Harden had 5 turnovers. If I didn't see the stats, I would have thought it was 10. You know what I mean? It looked a lot worse than.
I just don't understand how he had 0 turnovers in game 2. which is
he played lackadaisical, Josh, last night.
Last night he had 5 turnovers at home. How does that even happen, Mike?
Maybe he's thinking too much. He's pushing too much. And they adapted.
Yeah, but
Boston did.
It looks like they're playing like whoever guards James Harden up at his grill, not letting him have they're playing better defense.
They mentioned on the broadcast that they were doing almost a full court press every time Harden
wearing him down.
Wearing him down. He needs to go to Vegas. He needs to go to let's get Atlantic City. Somebody
get a limo. Get
him down there. He should be down there tonight.
He should be down right now.
He should be down there right now.
What
did Dennis Rodman do? He went to Vegas. He was out all night, and he had 19 rebounds. Josh,
I want Harden to party from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Go dig a limo back to Philly. He'll be right as rain tomorrow for the 3:30 tip-off.
Walking in smiling.
Give him about $2,000 in ones.
He's a single guy. Yeah. The ones will come. But the difference is we deal with ones. He deals with hundreds. He's throwing hundreds out. Yeah.
It's not funny. I'm mad.
Fair exposure.
I'm really mad. And then the Phillies get beat with our ace on the mound to the Red Sox.
Wheeler. Yeah.
There's a texter that wanted to know for you guys at 609-403-0973. Was the pregame too emotional for the other players?
Did that texter give a name?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's a great point because I was moved by that whole I know Andrew was there. I was moved by that whole his speech. I mean, even when his son came up, I just felt like that was it. Like I was really all in.
You were ready.
I was ready, man. I was like, they're not going to lose tonight. This is what it was like a shot in the arm. I thought.
Yeah, if anything, I think the opposite.
Holding that trophy
I think
up.
The team gets energized when seeing a teammate win an award like
That's
that.
right.
Like when they show.
So why did it go the opposite then, Mike?
$1 million question there.
Embiid played good last night, by the way. Embiid did his
a couple
job.
days earlier. They showed him in the banquet room with team and family when it was announced he won.
Yeah.
Do you see how happy all the players were?
Yes. They were
all
happier
around.
almost than he was.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. So
Harden gave him a Rolex.
Yeah,
He
how
did.
about that.
Must have got that from Vegas.
Yeah, he did.
This is getting too easy now.
Yeah, I could go on and on, but I'll get in trouble saying stuff about Vegas. Jesus.
The Eagles had a rookie mini camp. I mean, that's totally overshadowed by what's going on with the Phillies and Sox. I mean, think about this: the Phillies and Sox, the Phillies and Red Sox, Sixers-Celtics, all in the South Philadelphia complex. That's pretty cool.
And the Eagles are still the best team in town, baby.
There was a lot of green. I saw a lot of green.
Did you see a lot of green walking in there?
Yeah,
hey,
a lot
Andrew,
of green.
Come over here, intern.
There were green.
How many Celtics fans did you see last night?
There were a decent amount. I wouldn't say it was like an overwhelming amount, but I mean, there were a couple chirping.
Were there a lot of cheers going on in there? Like, I mean, did you hear the Celtics people while you were in the building?
Yeah, you actually could. Definitely by the end of the game. That's also because Sixers fans were clearing out by that point. You couldn't hear them.
Yeah, because you saw people hitting the exits early, I thought.
Yeah, and definitely with a minute to go, that was it. They know it.
609-403-0973 is the text board. A few more minutes here. We'll get a couple more listeners' reaction.
Do you guys want in on the Eagles real quick?
Yeah,
What's
let's talk Eagles.
Because let me ask you guys a question. I asked this question earlier this week, so I want to reprise it for you gentlemen. So whoever wants to take it first, go ahead. Jalen Carter was the first player drafted in the 2023 NFL draft to sign his contract. Reaction.
$20 million, 4 years, right? Can defend, and the best part I heard, it was guaranteed.
Right, but I mean, he's the first of all of them.
I got it, but I'm going to say again, it goes back to Howie.
Yeah, it goes all back to Howie.
When was the last time? Forget this year. Go back as many years as you want. When was the last time that we had someone sit out that didn't sign? I mean, we get our guys. He gets his guys signed every year. Where you hear these other teams, the guys sitting out.
We don't on this show. We don't really talk too much about the contracts, but it seems to me they're always like, "Well, we only have this much space left in the contract," but it always gets done.
Well, remember the rookie money is factored into the budget ahead of time.
I know.
Because remember those spots are slotted.
But everybody seems to get their money. Jalen Hurts got his money, right? They got Brandon Graham and Cox back. They got their money. It seemed like it doesn't seem like they have too many, like in years past, people would hold out, not with Howie Rose, but he gets everybody in.
You hear about the guys holding out that have been here for like 2-3 years and they're trying to get extensions or they're coming up to their last year. But Josh is right. These guys are slide. They know exactly what they're paying in the second round, third round, fourth round.
I think Hassan Reddick is starting a trend because Nolan Smith will be wearing number 3. So you got to have 7 and 3 on the edge.
DeAndre Swift is wearing number 0.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
How's that going to be for you, Billy? I mean, you've been watching football a long time. Here comes number 0 in the hole for a first.
Yeah, that's an odd number for a running back, don't you think? Like, I could see a set. Like, remember Jim Otto? He was 00.
Yeah.
Do you know who Jim Otto was there, Josh?
Are you asking me, the intern? I was going to say.
No, I would ask you. Do you know who Otto is?
The name sounds familiar. Right?
I got him. You know who it is.
Yeah.
You don't remember who he was, Josh, huh?
I mean, my instinct is going to be he was probably a long snapper from like.
No, he was the center for the Raiders. He was 00.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I mean, he was big.
And then I guess the NFL did away with 0, right?
Yeah, it's a long story. Right. It's a weird. It's like the whole rule with like the Eagles couldn't wear Kelly Green until now, and all that fiasco.
But yeah, Carter signed.
Carter's in.
Next
Carter's
year,
in the
you'll
building.
See Smith
boys.
will sign next. He signs everybody.
Yeah, he gets everybody signed.
I just think it's a great sign. Here's why I asked. I think it's a great sign that he went to the right team for all the off the field stuff that people kept bemoaning. It's obvious that he's in the right situation because
he's got friends around him.
He's got his guys he respects. He's got leaders in this locker room. Yeah. He's in an organization with culture and structure. And listen, he is literally the first guy to sign, not the quarterbacks who were drafted, not anyone else. That tells you that this organization has complete buy-in from this young man.
All right, let me ask you this question, Carlin. Last night, did you watch? I watched the Phillies and the Sixers, and then of course I have my doobie doo with my daughter, so we kind of shut it down after about 10:30. Did you watch the late night game at all?
Absolutely.
And did you watch any? Give us your take on
Booker went nuts.
Yeah.
Booker went nuts
like Harden went nuts on Monday. That's really what it was.
Yeah,
and it was a game they had to win. There was.
But
you
Mike,
lose that
it's
game
also at home, so I mean that helps.
Yep, but they didn't have their point guard. I mean, very easily, they could have lost that game.
I think the Suns still lose the series, don't you?
No doubt. Denver's coming out of the West.
You think they're coming out?
Oh, I think they're coming. No doubt in my mind.
See, I think the Warriors are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just look at that war. I don't think the Lakers have the endurance to survive the Warriors for 7 games. I think Davis gets injured at some point. Billy, that's a break to bring up. Guys who get injured always get injured, right, Billy?
Right, yeah, that's right.
So Davis, I expect him to get injured at some point. And LeBron is 38 years old. He can only do so much at this point. He can't win every game by himself. I think the Warriors beat the Lakers, and then the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are going to go into the Warriors series a little confident.
All right, tonight the Phillies play the Sox again in South Philly, 7:15. Bailey Falter's on the hill. He's 0-5. And he talk about a guy would get no run support is Bailey Falter. But every Sunday we go on the mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Tommy will give us a comprehensive look at the Phillies week and talk about the Phillies and I know, Carlin, you look. He's got that look. It's only. I know what's going on in your head right now.
First week of May.
You know what? I'm looking at him and I see his dome, his head, and I know what's in like all the radio waves are going. It's only May. It's only May.
But I do like. Again, everybody knows I'm not a betting guy, but tonight I would bet Phillies.
Tonight you bet the Phillies.
Tonight I feel Phillies.
Should I put some of that 139?
You know why? It's almost like you go to the roulette table and you see 5, 6 reds come out in a row.
Right.
Sooner or later, black's going to come out. Tonight, Phillies are going to win. Okay, Phillies are going to win tonight.
All right.
Is that James Harden betting 3 straight reds? Is that
so you should say you should put one of that 130. I got 139 in my thing, in my sports book.
Here we go.
I'll put 39 on the Phillies,
and then ride it tomorrow.
And then I'll
when
ride
you
it
win
tomorrow.
tonight, you do it tomorrow.
Everything on the Celtics, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good weekend.
No, what you really should do is you should bet 30 on the Phillies tonight, and then place a 30 on each the Sixers and the Celtics, and that way you can't lose. And that way,
And be
you still have
happy.
$40 to bet on the Kentucky Derby tonight.
609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want to get a message in before we go off the air, send it in now. 609-403-0973. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor. The second hour of the locker room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Tell them the locker room sent you. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. For you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club. Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers-Celtics. Game 4 tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
In the lane, Smart hangs in traffic, puts it up and in. James Harden, a rugged interior basket.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. Your play-by-play home for Sixers playoff basketball. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Red's. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or Red'sJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
Great. It's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Spring, a time for renewal, a new awakening. Are you get running or not? This week only, drive home in your brand new Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV and take $9,000 off MSRP, or get an additional $1,000 in trade toward the purchase of any new 2022 Outlander with 2.9% financing for 60 months, all with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, even zero down, and only 2.9% financing. So bring any trade, because if you have a job clearing $350 per week, Matt Platt Mitsubishi wants to approve you. And with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, you simply can't Don't make a mistake. Simply Matt Blatt Mitsubishi. Rate qualifications exist with approved credit. $17.92 for 1,000 financed on in-stock Mitsubishi Outlanders. Not all will qualify. $1,000 conquest on 22 Outlander. Go to mattblattmitsubishi.com for complete details or call 844-946-2315. Price includes all costs to be paid by consumer except for licensing, registration, and taxes. Expires 4/30/23. Matt Blatt Mitsubishi in the heart of Glassboro for 30 years.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin, Josh Henning. Josh, did I live up to your expectations of how loud and pissed off I'd be today? You remember caught your show yesterday, saying that Billy Schweim's going to come in here all fired up, and I'm not a morning person.
Billy, you never disappoint. Nothing could be finer than talking sports.
Matter of fact, at the beginning of the show, Josh is like doing the calm down sign to me because
you were going so fast.
I know, because I get like I'm like look. Even though I bet the Celtics to calm me down a little bit, like I lost the game, but I won a couple $1,000. I'd rather have it the other way around.
We hear you.
I
You're
want
a fan.
that.
You're a true fan.
I'm a true fan.
Yeah, that's okay. But you're in trouble tomorrow. But not really, because
not
you're
really.
you're
Put the whole thing.
Celtics. Right.
So I would be so. Could you imagine? I would be so happy to lose $139 if the Sixers can. I'd be ecstatic. Be the best $139 I ever spent. So if the Sixers win Game 4,
I just hope you never teach your daughter any of these
yeah,
wonderful money.
You know what I said to
ideas.
AG last night? I said, Elijah Grace, the Celtics are giving the Sixers 2 points. She goes, "What's that mean, Daddy?" I said, that means at the start of the game, we're up 2-0.
If they win tomorrow and lock this up 2-2,
yeah,
it may go 7. May go 7. It all matters though how that Game 5. If Game 5 is a blowout in Boston, and Boston feels sky high, then they'll come back home and.
Carlin, were you shocked at the effort the Sixers gave? Were you like?
I was shocked.
Shocked.
Yeah,
I mean, is that a good adjective to describe?
Yeah. With all the build up and talking about we can't get out of the second round, we stole a game and beat them. Play. We're back home. MVP. Everything was going our way. All the momentum. You know, we talked about momentum.
Yeah, momentum.
All the momentum was our way, and then wasn't the night.
All right. I want to thank the Sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan, for checking in, as always, on Saturday. Of course, the FastLaneHandicapper.com himself, Jeffrey Nash. Check out that website if you want to make some last-minute bets on the Kentucky Derby, the FastLaneHandicapper.com, Jeffrey Nash. Tomorrow, we'll talk with Tommy Green. We'll go on the mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. And we'll talk with the head of sports medicine at Virtua, orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Sean McMillan. We'll talk to him about the Embiid injury. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Let's go, Phil.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.